Hi, it's Bill from BioGuard. We've been requested to fix a green pool of one of our clients. It's about a 32,000 litre pool and it's suffering pretty severely from some recently bloomed green algae. They've got a party on the weekend and we want to try and fix that pool so it looks really crystal clear by the weekend. The first step is obviously test the water. Just remember, when you're taking a water sample, make sure it comes from elbow depth. So you can see our free chlorine is very low and our pH is very high. Both need to be addressed. First things first, let's get rid of all of the rubbish we can from the system so it doesn't steal away from our chemicals. A great spot to start is obviously the skimmer box. This is going to be full of unwanted everything. You just tap that one out. To clean a cartridge filter with Filter Bright, the first thing we do is we remove the cartridge from the filter. Then we rinse off any debris and immerse the cartridge completely in a plastic bucket of clean water containing 1 sachet of Filter Bright. We allow it to soak overnight, then rinse off the cartridge with clean water from a tap or a hose. As the test results showed, we had very high pH and a very low chlorine. The first thing we're going to do is address that very high pH. We do that by using an acid, either low and slow or pool acid. I prefer low and slow because if you spill this, you can brush it up. If you spill liquid acid, you can have a lot of different serious problems. So I'm going to add the low and slow first, and I'm going to do that before I start brushing. Although we should brush all surfaces of a green pool, I don't want any residual of this product sitting on the bottom, so I'm going to do both steps at once. So we've brushed and we put the low and slow through the whole system, so we've got a good mix of that water now going on, and that pH will start reacting in that water. Now we're going to add the shock, which is swim clear. As I said, it's going to go in hard and fast and dissolve really quickly, giving us that powerful boost of chlorine we need to really start attacking that algae. So after we've brushed that last little bit of swim clear in to make sure there's no undissolved product, in goes our MSA. Now you can do it through skimmer application, but I like putting it in through the jets with the system running so we get an even distribution of that algicide in our system. We're a bit lucky because we actually have some jets at the other end as well, so I'll probably use them as well to really get the mix happening in there and making the chemicals most efficient they possibly can be. Now we could overdose this pool and fix it overnight, but I'm not a big fan of that. The extra chemicals we can put in the water can actually damage the pool, so I want to avoid that. And one of the last steps I like placing in the water is using a product called Optimizer. Optimizer does two primary things. Firstly, it's a water conditioner, so it makes the water very soft and feels like the water's very soft on your skin and on your hair. The other thing, which I really like, is it's an algistat. So it doesn't kill algae, but it stops it from growing, allowing the chemistry we've already got in place to take over and do the job we've got it in there for. Optimizer is a once-a-year dose, and follow the label instructions when adding it to the skimmer box. One last step I like to do is add a smarter stick to the system. With a system like this, where we've got a lot of chlorine being used up very quickly and a lot of algicide being used up very quickly, we're not sure how well we're going to be able to maintain those levels overnight. So by adding one of these, I can guarantee I'm going to get a continual flow of free available chlorine to do the job of killing the bacteria that's in the water. And it's as simple as, that's it. So that's about it for our pool for today. We've done a lot of things, we've got a little bit wet, got a little bit sweaty, but I look forward to seeing what it looks like tomorrow, and we'll check in then. This is day 2. We're at the pool we were dealing with yesterday. It was quite green, as expected. Chemistries have worked fantastically overnight, but we've got a lot of cloudiness. That cloudiness is a result of the organic matter breaking down from the chlorine shock we put in there, and the algicide that is killing the algae in there, leaving a lot of dead algae shells. One of the things I did want to check on is that we do have a copper residual. The copper residual we have left proves that we still have MSA extreme in the water. That means we still know that the MSA is doing a great job killing algae. Not all test kits have the ability to do a copper test, but you can always get a copper test done at your BioGuard approved retailer. So to deal with the cloudiness today, I'm going to be using Polysheen Plus. It's a very concentrated formula, so we make sure we don't overdose. What Polysheen will do will go into the water and bind smaller particles into larger ones, making the filter able to capture them. So here we are back at the pool again, and we can see the Polysheen has had a fantastic effect. All those small particles have been captured by the filter, leaving the water pristine and clear. But there's one last step I like to perform on a system like this, and that is Pool Complete. Pool Complete is a 3-phase chemistry which has a phosphate remover, which gets rid of the food for algae. It has a clarifier, which we've already discussed what that does, and it also has a surfactant to get rid of those last little annoying bits of fats and oils that may build up over time. What the result is you get that diamond sparkle to the water. So here we are the next day to see how Pool Complete has performed. As you can see, that really bright gleam and that really crystal sparkle has come back to the water. Couldn't be happier with the result. So after getting an emergency call out at the beginning of the week, this water is now ready to swim in. It looks fantastic, everyone will be happy.